Let me ask you this. Do you feel like the strategies and the way that you're doing things are a little bit outdated? What's got you to your current point of success just isn't firing as well as perhaps it might have been in days gone by? This can actually be really good news. It just means that your business is at a new period of growth now, and this tipping point can actually be an opportunity for you to engage new ways and better ways of doing things to get you to your next level of growth. I was reading, I'm pretty sure it was in a Stephen Covey book there was an example that he gave of, it was a really nice story actually. There was a mother and a daughter, and the daughter had been cooking the roast. She'd been chopping off the ends and putting it in the oven and making her roast. And one day her mother came around and she said, "Oh, darling, why are you chopping the ends off that roast?" And the daughter said, "Well, Mum, I saw that's how you did it. So I figured that, that would be the best way to do it." And her mother laughed and said, "The only reason I did that is because we had a really small oven. And if I didn't cut the ends off the roast, it didn't actually fit in the oven." So the daughter had taken on this old strategy that worked for a mom, this sort of legacy strategy that no longer worked because she was throwing out, a good portion of the meat. And I think that's what we do. We take these kind of legacy things in our business and wonder why they're tired and they don't work anymore, because they were suited to a different time, either in our business or a different time in the world that we were operating within. So step one, review what you've been doing in the past. What are the roasts that you've got in the oven that you could potentially change? And then let's have a look at also what else you can do to bring in new ways of doing things. One of the key areas now is obviously tech. Tech is moving so fast, and there are so many opportunities for you to use that as a newer strategy, like putting the meat in the new oven to get you a better result. Now, you might think, "Oh, tech's overwhelming. I don't know where to start." A place to start is to have a look at the areas of your business, because you'll know where you can see things are being automated in the industry. What are the things that you feel like need to be automated, need to be using tech that you're just not doing? And then go out and look for the solutions. Don't sort of look at the solutions first and then try and bring them in and work out how to apply them to your business. We could automate things, we could use tech better and do it that way instead. Another thing is team. When I first started recruitment, everybody was a 360-degree recruiter. That's becoming less and less of the norm now, and things are being broken out. The obvious one is into sourcing and into sales, but then also marketing is becoming more important. And I think over time, people who can manage tech is also going to come in, people who can manage data as well, because we've got so much data that we can leverage now as a recruitment business. So these roles are only going to fracture more over time. So if you think about the jobs that you've got in your business, how could they break out into different components, and what could that potentially look like in your business? So just to recap, the first thing is review what you are doing and question whether it's just a legacy activity that you don't need to be doing anymore. Start to think about tech and how you can engage that more into your business, and also with your team, what fracturing those roles out might look like over time, because that's only going to become more and more prevalent as time goes on. So reaching a tipping point isn't a bad thing. It's just a signpost that your business is getting to a new level, and it's time to start thinking about things a little bit differently.